Good evening. I'm Dawn Sterling.
And I'm Stacey Skryzak. We begin with the fatal phone call tonight. The Massey family continues to respond to Sean Grayson's verdict of second-degree murder.
A jury found the former Sangamon County deputy guilty after spending more than 12 hours deliberating. He was facing 3 counts of first-degree murder. Grayson convicted in the shooting death of Sonya Massey inside her Springfield home in July of 2024.
Nearly 1 week after Grayson learned his fate, Sonya Massey's dad is speaking out about his feelings about the trial.
News Channel 20's Monique Davis sat down with Massey's father and joins us now in the studio with what he had to say. Monique?
That's right. Massey's dad, James Wilburn, tells me he thought Sean Grayson was going to take a plea agreement before the trial began, but that ultimately didn't happen. Mr. Wilburn says it was shocking to get through the entire trial to only receive partial justice instead of full justice. He says it was very clear and convincing. Grayson's actions was a case of first-degree murder. Mr. Wilburn says his family has to settle for what he calls a compromise verdict at the hands of Grayson's defense team.
Because the defense was able to muddy up the waters enough to just put that little seed of doubt and make us think that we couldn't believe what we saw.
Wilburn says the defense's arguments made it seem like there was no body cam footage at all, and the courtroom all heard what Grayson's partner, Deputy Dawson Farley's body cam footage said. Mr. Wilburn says Grayson sat on the stand and lied about his daughter being a threat. Reporting in studio, I'm Monique Davis. Back to you.
Thanks, Monique. Coming up tonight at 6, we hear more from Wilburn on his reaction to the trial. Well, Grayson was convicted of the lesser of 2 charges he faced. He was charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, but jurors were instructed that they'd be able to convict on second-degree murder, too. Legal experts say in Illinois, first-degree murder has to be proven in order for second-degree murder to come into play. Adding second-degree murder is sort of, quote, middle ground between acquittal and first-degree murder. Well, Grayson could face up to 20 years in prison, though parole and probation are options. He's set to be sentenced on January 29th.
Good evening. I'm Dawn Sterling. Fatal phone call. The Massey family continues to respond to Sean Grayson's verdict of second-degree murder. A jury found the former Sangamon County deputy guilty after spending more than 12 hours deliberating. He was facing 3 counts of first-degree murder. Grayson is convicted in the shooting death of Sonya Massey inside her Springfield home last year in July. Nearly a week after Grayson's conviction, Sonya Massey's father is speaking out about his thought process as he watched his daughter's trial. Now, our Monique Davis joins us in the studio with what he had to say. Monique?
That's right. James Wilburn tells me the trial marks the first time he viewed the entire unedited version of Deputy Dawson Farley's body cam footage. He says when his family was originally shown footage, he had to leave the room.
I remember the first time I saw the unedited version. Once he called my daughter such a derogatory name, I had to leave the room.
During the 7-day trial, Sean Grayson's former partner took the stand. Deputy Dawson Farley testified he was scared of Grayson's actions and wanted to do the right thing for Sonya Massey's family. Massey's dad, James Wilburn, says watching Farley's unedited footage fully for the first time was rough, as he saw how Farley was also affected by his daughter's death.
When he tried to do what he could to save my daughter's life. But it was my first time seeing that, and that was so hard.
Grayson also took the stand, testifying he viewed Massey as a threat when she was holding the pot of boiling water. Wilburn says Grayson lied about his daughter's character.
I don't think that my daughter had a mean bone in her body. In fact, she was always looking out for other people and looking out for people who were less fortunate than her. She would upset her kids so much in that she would share what they felt should have been theirs.
Wilburn says hearing that his daughter could have potentially survived was hard to hear.
For a human being to have such callous disregard for life, for human life, it was just so amazing that he was ever given a badge and a gun.
Mr. Wilburn says he urges lawmakers across the nation to adopt legislation that could prevent tragedies like Sonya's death from happening again. Mr. Wilburn tells me he has great faith that Sangamon County Judge Ryan Cadigan will do the right thing and give Grayson the max sentence for second-degree murder. Reporting in studio, I'm Monique Davis. Back to you.
Thanks, Monique. Grayson was convicted of the lesser of the 2 charges he faced. He was charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, but jurors were instructed they'd be able to convict on second-degree murder too. Legal experts say in Illinois, first-degree murder has to be proven in order for second-degree murder to come into play. Adding second-degree murder is a sort of, quote, middle ground between acquittal and first-degree murder. Grayson could face up to 20 years in prison though parole and probation are options. He's set to be sentenced January 29th in Sangamon County. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch more videos from News Channel 20.